enjoyed the shopping and walks you did around the town? Did you enjoy it? Yes. Are you all tired? Okay. We'll start in a second. So. And doing their presentation, so please enjoy it.
Friedrich Reinhold Kreutzwald was an Estonian writer who is considered to be the father of the national literature for the country. He was the member of numerous scientific societies in Europe and received honorary doctorates from a number of universities. Kreutzwald is the author of several moralistic folk books. He was another the leaders of the national awakening, as well as a paragon and encourager of young Estonian-speaking intellectuals.
Good morning, children.
Good morning, teacher.
Please, teacher, why don't you tell us one of your interesting stories?
With pleasure. Please read this passage from Castelo, a legend explaining the origin of the world.
Castelo traveled to Finland in search of his kidnapped mother. During his travel, he purchased a sword, but killed the blacksmith's elder son in an argument. The blacksmith places a curse on the sword and is thrown on the river.
On returning to Estonia, Castelo becomes king after defeating his brothers in a stone hurling competition. He contracts towns and forts and steals their land in Estonia.
Castelo then journeys to the end of the earth to expand his knowledge. He defeats Satan in the trial of strength and rescues 3 maidens from hell. War breaks out and destruction visits Estonia, and Castle's faithful comrades are killed. He hands rule over to his brother Olen and withdraws to the forest depressed.
Crossing a river, the sword cursed by blacksmith and previously thrown in the river, whose of his leg. He dies and goes to heaven. Tara, in consultation with the other woods, reanimate Castelo and place his legless body on a wee steed and send him down to the gates of it where they order to strike, to rock his first fist. His fist becomes trapped in the rock, and thus he remains to guard the gates of the hill.
And now, please, read this other passage from Wise Old Man of Gotham.
King John intended to travel through the network. At the time in England, and the road the king traveled on had to be made a public highway, and the people of Gotham did not want a public highway through their village. The villagers feigned imbecility when the royal messengers arrived.
Wherever the messenger went, they saw the rustic engaged in some absurd task. John, on this report, determined to have in his hunting lodge and swear, and the wise man boasted, "We will, there are more folk pass through Gotham than remain it."
King John's messengers found some of the inhabitants engaged in endeavoring to drown and heal in a pool of water. Some were employed in dragging carts upon a large barn to shade the wood from the sun. Others were tumbling their cheeses down a hill. Then they might find their way to Nottingham for sale, and some were employed in edging in a cuckoo which had perched upon an old bush which stood where the present one now stands.
In short, they were all employed in some foolish way or other which convinced the king's servants that it was a village of fools, whence arose the old Adams, the wise man, or the foolish dog.
Well done, children. Now you know a part of our important tradition and language. I collected what you read from oral story and woven them together into unified whole. There existed another tradition within ancient Estonia of legend explaining the origin of the world.
Goodbye, teacher. See you tomorrow with another interesting story.
Hi everyone. Our national figure is Leos Janáček. He is a famous Czech composer, musical theorist, folklorist, and teacher who lived between 1854 and 1928. His music inspired composers in his homeland, and he is still regularly performed with and popular among his audiences. In this scene, a teacher tries to get his students interested in learning the history of music and our Czech national figure, Leos Janáček.
Now, who can tell me about Leos Janáček?
What? My dog ate it.
Oh, sir, why do we have to do this anyways? It's so boring. Why can't we learn about something like EastEnders?
EastEnders is a soap opera, darling.
So?
So what do you like about soap operas?
They're interesting and the boys are well fit.
Well, what do you think about the story about a group of men in prison? They spend their nights telling stories about what they did before prison and what they did to be put into prison. One man tells how his love for a woman led him to kill the man she was being forced to marry. Another admits to killing his wife after she admitted to loving another man. Then to find out that the man sat right next to him in the prison.
I'd watch that soap opera. What is it?
It's an opera written by Leos Janáček.
Oh.
But sir, isn't that a video game?
Where do you think video game creators get their ideas from?
Cool.
Well, I don't watch that stuff. I have better things to do.
Like what?
Play the guitar.
Leos Janáček didn't just write operas.
Oh, yeah?
He wrote some of the best piano, choral, and orchestral pieces. Listen to this. Leos Janáček Symfonita. It was dedicated to the Czechoslovakian Armed Forces. Leo said it was intended to inspire the free spirit of the contemporary man, his spirit and his strength, his joy, and his determination to fight for victory.
Well, I guess that sounds pretty cool.
Tell us more about Leos Janáček.
He was one of the best Czech composers of all time. He inspired composers and music artists. His work is regularly performed around the world today. We'll continue this tomorrow, class.
Dear friends, it is always hard to explain how an artist works, because it is difficult to explain the magic that comes from the movements of the brush in the different directions. Nobody knows what the artist is doing or what the final result will be, and no need to explain even why they are doing it. Art is something that you can feel with your heart and soul. You cannot understand it. Pablo Picasso is one of the most famous and richest painters in the world. His art cannot be mistaken. You can always recognize the genius in his paintings. Pablo Luis Picasso was a famous Spanish painter, draughtsman, and sculptor who lived most of his adult life in France. He is best known for co-founding the Cubist movement. Pablo Picasso was born on 25th of October 1881 in Malaga, Spain.
It's so beautiful, look him! Oh, little baby.
It is said that he could paint even before he learned to talk. People thought that his first word ever was
It's so sweet. Baby, say something. Pablo.
Capi!
which means pencil in Spanish. At the age of 7, Pablo Picasso was able to recreate any object from the world around him to frightening accuracy. Picasso's father was a painter as well, and he taught him how to paint like every famous painter that had ever lived. At the age of 14, Picasso could recreate a Raphael's painting as good as the original creator Raphael.
Pablo? Pablo?
Yes, Dad?
Come here, my son. I need your help.
I'm coming, Dad.
Come. My son, here, take a brush and finish the feet of this pigeon. I have some work to do. Be right back.
Okay, Dad.
Okay, son.
In 1949, in Paris, World Peace Conference chose for their official symbol Picasso's pigeon.
Pablo, are you ready?
Yeah, almost, Dad, almost.
Oh my God. What have you done, Pablo?
What, Dad?
Oh. Oh my God. You're so little boy. It's just amazing. Oh, look at these feet. Pablo, you're braver painter than me. Oh my God. Look, take a brush and stuff, and from now on, you're the painter in this house.
Really?
Yes, son.
Oh, Dad, thank you. Thank you, bye.
Amazing.
I won't let you down, my dad. I promise you. I will shock the world. I will become the greatest painter in the world. And my name will be famous.
With his art, Picasso changed the way of the 20th century, frees the human spirit, and breaks the idea of beauty. Actually, Picasso was known for its ability to use two or more different styles next to each other in a painting.
Come, my dear, come, enter. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Yeah.
Is this my place?
Yeah, sit.
Oh.
Yeah, start. Yeah. Raise your hand.
Okay. The
Like
other?
this. Yes, like that. And look in that direction over there.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Picasso, can I ask you something?
Yes, you can.
Can you explain to me what is art?
What is that? What is that? What is not art? Everything is art.
But I cannot understand your paintings. They are always so asymmetric and strange. Can you explain to me what you're trying to express?
Can you explain the songs of the birds? Such a beautiful sound cannot be explained, my dear. No, over there. Thank you. No, it cannot be explained. And when you hear the birds singing, it's such a joy and pleasure. This cannot be explained. And I think what I think and what I feel, not what I see, no?
Okay, good. Is my portrait finished?
Yeah, dear, just wait a second.
Can I see it?
You want to see it?
Yeah.
Yes, just a second. I'm finishing it. Ah, yes. Masterpiece, yes. Yes?
So
Yes.
interesting.
Yes.
You can use it for your next exhibition. So thank you, Mr. Picasso.
Yes.
Bye.
Yes. Yeah, bye. Yes. Yes. Ah, mwah. Every child is an artist. But the problem is how to stay an artist when the child grows up. Well, at the age of 12, I could paint as good as Raffaello. But I needed a whole life to learn how to paint as a child. Wow.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let the bidding begin. This is the last picture of Picasso. Let me hear your money suggestions. What I hear from here?
5 million!
Oh, 5 million one time, 2 times.
6 million!
Oh, 6 million. First time.
10 million!
10 million.
10 million.
Oh, 10 million first time.
20.
Second time. 20 million. Oh, 50 million first time. Second time. So, for 50 million, this girl.
Thank you for your attention. That was our presentation for Pablo Picasso.
Quando o vento morria e o céu mar prolongava, uma proa do outro veleiro levava outro marinheiro que estava triste cantava. Vê-se vês terras de Espanha, areias de Portugal, olhares erguem de choro.
Mama, did you hear? They love me. I'm so happy.
Yes, sweetie. To think that just a few years ago, you were selling flowers and singing in the street. And now, people are paying to listen to you in a theater.
Oh, miss, there's a lot of people at the door. They all want to see you, and celebrities. There's Manolete, the will fighter.
Manolete?
Yes, an Imperial Argentina.
The singer.
And Spanish ambassador.
Excuse me, my dear Amalia. I am Antonio Garcia, music producer and manager. I need to talk to you. In a minute, please.
Okay, Mr. Garcia, please take a seat. Come here, please.
Amalia, you're a wonderful singer, the greatest voice and the most beautiful face I've ever seen. Amalia, I can see you in the best theaters in the world. Paris, London, Berlin, Brazil. I will make you an international star. Amalia, when I listen to you singing the fado, I feel something that words cannot explain.
Yes, we can define fado, because fado is mystery.
Amalia, this is my permit me to think about the author.
Goodbye. Mama, did you hear? Do you think he will be right?
You will be a great artist.
Miss Amalia, Mr. Dos Santos on the phone. He's calling for the recording.
Okay, tell him I will sing I'm Maria.
He will send a limo to take you to Continental Studios tomorrow at 8 o'clock.
Okay, thank you, Maria.
Onde dia deixei presa a minha alma da severa e voz saudosa na guitarra
I'm fine, just a bit tired after doing my first film, Black Caves. I'm happy because the critics say I'm a very talented actress. I am looking forward to coming to Portugal soon, but first I have to perform at the Marshall Plan International Benefit shows. I feel lucky to be able to sing in so many different countries, but sometimes I feel homesick. Love, Amalia.
In October 1999, Amalia died at the age of 79 in her home in Lisbon. But her music will never die, because Amalia is the voice of Fado.
The only thing that matters is to feel the Fado. Fado is not meant to be sung. It simply happens. You feel it, you don't understand it, and you don't explain it.
Our performance is about Florence Nightingale. The Victorian era, the 19th century, the rich were absolutely wealthy and the poor lived under the stable conditions. Children started to work at 5. The life was very difficult. There were numerous wars. But where were the lights of a new era? The lights of understanding the iniquity of a human being's life, when people started to help to those who were in need. Now imagine that you are at the ball. People are dancing, music is playing. What a moment! Oh, here she is, our hero, Florence Nightingale. She is a daughter of rich parents, wife of a rich husband, and mother of 2 little daughters. She lives in a full color, but once...
What happened to you?
Oh dear, something terrible happens to this woman. Look how she's crying.
Come on, we are open next dancing.
But we have to help her.
What?
She needs help.
You must be tired. Let's go.
It is night. Florence can't sleep. She is thinking about poor woman and feels awful. Suddenly she hears a voice. It was the first time when she heard the powerful spirit talk to her.
Florence, you have to help people.
She recognizes that she couldn't live calm, knowing that she had done nothing. On another day,
We need to talk.
Yeah, of course.
I want to help weak people. I'll become a nurse.
Seriously?
Yes, I thought about it whole night, and you know what?
What?
Spirit talked to me.
I see. Florence, but we have big house, we have 2 daughters, we are rich. And you don't have to do.
I'm totally serious. Spirit talked to me. Magic words. And now the meaning of these words is known to me. He wants me to carry out special work, and I'll do it.
That's impossible. Only poor women works as nurses. We are not like them. I want my family to be intelligent.
But we are. Listen, I can make this world better for our daughters, for their future. Please say something.
Promise that you will be careful.
Thank you.
Promise.
I promise to be careful.
on the next day, she received a letter from her father telling her that she will have from him £500 per year.
Dear Florence, I hope you can understand just how proud I am of you. It may not seem like it at times, but I'm very proud to have you as a daughter. I was very mistaken about you. Now I see that you have done a big deal. You have serious intentions. Being your dad, there are times I have to say things to you that you didn't want to hear. But now I don't know when we shall get an opportunity to come to visit you. But now I will help you, sending you £500 every year. With love, Dad.
Oh my God, my dear father, I'm so proud of you. Thank you.
She helped injured soldiers during the war. The idea of improving the military system of health came to her mind, and she went to Queen Victoria to tell her the ideas.
Good morning, Florence. I heard you have something to tell me. Yes, Your Majesty. When I was helping injured soldiers, I was very amazed of how can they even survive in these awful conditions. So we have to improve the military system of health. It is the only thing I beg you to help me with.
Well, Florence, I agree with you on the whole, but you have to know it's very difficult to decide how to make it right for all of us.
Yes, but I have everything ready, you can see.
Thank you, Florence.
Queen Victoria was very satisfied with that plan, so she helped Florence to make her wishes come true. And we all still benefit from the improvement which those two women made.
So, good evening, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we're going to present to you a play about Hugo Foscolo. Enjoy.
Ugo Foscolo was born on 6th February 1778 in Zakynthos, Greece, Venetian Republic, and he died on 10th September 1827 near London. He was a writer and a poet. His poetry is neoclassical, but he is also considered a romantic for his patriotic ideals. His romantic temperament and flamboyant life characterize his role as a key transitional figure in the Italian literary history. Concurrent with his military exploits, Foscolo gave literary expression to his ideological aspirations and to the numerous amorous experiences of these years. The exciting and unhappy love, the patriotic ideal, the exile, and a tragic death were a model of the romantic hero and the principal themes used by Foscolo. Foscolo was very enthusiastic for Napoleon's liberal ideas of freedom and democracy. He lived the enthusiastic atmosphere of the ascent to power of Napoleon and joined the French side when the Austrians and Russians invaded Italy in 1799. He was a captain in the Italian division. So the Treaty of Campo Formido was signed on 18 October 1797 by Napoleon Bonaparte and Count Philip von Convenzel as representatives of revolutionary France and the Austrian monarchy. The treaty marked the victorious conclusion to Napoleon's campaigns in Italy, the collapse of the First Coalition, and the end of the first phase of the French Revolutionary Wars. Upon receiving the news, Foscolo was very angry.
Damn! Napoleon has gave Florence to Bulgaria.
This disillusion, together with the pain of exile, inspired one of Foscolo's best works, Ultime Lettere di Jacopo Ortis, the last letters of Jacopo Ortis.
The sacrifice of our fatherland has been consummated. Everything is lost, and life, if it will be granted us, will be left only to cry our misfortunes, our infamy. My name is on the proscription list. I know it. But do you expect me to surrender to those who betrayed me in order to save myself from the people who oppress me? Do console my mother. Oh, overwhelmed by her tears, I obeyed her and left Venice to avoid the first and fierce persecution. Will I have to leave also this old refugee where I can still hope to find some peaceful days without abandoning forever my unfortunate country? You frighten me, Lorenzo. How many unhappy souls, and we, Italians ourselves, we wash our hands in Italians' blood. As for myself, let come what may, because I have given up about my fatherland and myself. I am waiting calmly for imprisonment and death. At least my body will not fall into the hands of foreigners. My name will be quietly mourned by the few worthy people, the companions of our pain, and my bones will rest in the land of my fathers.
This was an epistolary novel written between 1798 and 1802. In the letters, we read the hopes for liberation and the following strong delusion for the renewed occupation of the Italian soil. Jacopo went to live in a small village up the hills in northern Italy, near Padua, to escape from the political persecution. Here, he met Teresa and fell in love with her. The impossibility of realizing his love led him to a further delusion. The last chapter is a description of the young man's last hours and the suicide written by Lorenzo, thus terminating his lonely struggle against tyranny and hypocrisy. Banished for his anti-French drama Aiace, 1811, Foscolo went to Florence and, after the fall of Venice, he moved to Milan, where he formed friendship with many literary relevant figures until the entry of the Austrians. From there, he passed to Switzerland, where he wrote a fierce satire in Latin on his political and literary opponents. During the 11 years spent in London until his death there, he enjoyed all the social distinction which the most brilliant circles of the English capital confer to foreigners of political and literary renown, and experienced all the misery which follows a poor domestic economy.
Czech Republic. I'm an archaeologist, and besides other things, I discovered Bliska, the first capital city of Bulgaria. But that's not important right now. I hope you already have your textbooks. Our topic for today is Khan Boris the First. All right.
We are in the 9th century now. In those days, the Bulgarian Empire extended from the Carpathian Mountains in the north to the Rhodope Mountains in the south, and from the Black Sea in the east to the Lake Ohrid in the west.
Bulgaria and the Byzantine Empire was very complicated.
Byzantine Empire. Oh, I have weakness for her. It wasn't easy for Bulgaria to defend itself against the larger Byzantine Empire.
Boris the First ascends the Bulgarian throne. This war didn't turn out well for Boris. Boris realizes that if he wants to get an ally, he will have to convert to Christianity. Boris allows himself to be baptized by the Greek bishop and is named after his godfather, Byzantine Emperor Mikhail III. Some Bulgarian boyars didn't like that Boris had rejected their pagan religion, so Boris got them killed. So many killed people! Oh, he killed all the families! One moment, please. In 855, Christian missionaries Cyril and Methodius devised Slavic alphabet and started translating religious texts.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Je cherche détenir. Je cherche détenir.
Boris, no. No. In 886, the disciples of Cyril and Methodius were expelled from the Great Moravia.
Hi.
Boris offered them asylum. The disciples of Methodius invented new alphabet called Cyrillic script.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Je cherche détenir.
Je cherche détenir.
Yeah. a monastery. But his son, Vladimir, wasn't a good ruler. He chased the Christian people. Boris' younger son Simeon encouraged his father to remove Vladimir from the throne.
Si myslíš, že když já jsem odešel do kláštera a nechal tě vyzvládnout, že můžeš si dělat, co chceš?
Boris then returns to the monastery where he dies in 907. Thank you for your attention, student. In the next lesson, we will have test. Yeah? And we are talking about one of the greatest Bulgarian emperors, Simeon I, God